Sit down, everybody. Sit down. Sit down. What you're looking at is a very troubled man. Many problems. All right, what are we going to do today? The sun is shining. Spring is getting closer. And I love the action. Thank you for your support. You know I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Carmela, good morning. I appreciate it. More than words can say. So, got my coffee, caffeine, nicotine, you know what I mean? Mike, okay, here's to the good people. Saturday show. I'm going to try to keep this, get some structure to this crazy channel. Leon Swan, my first rider. You know, maybe Saturday mornings, 11. Is that good with you guys? Saturday at 11? Saturday morning at 11? So, you know, how much more can we talk about Mike Franzese and Sammy the Bull Gravano? I know the way I would look at it was like, well, who cares? You know, Saturday at 11 sounds good. Get the word out. Let it spread like wildfire. The Truth Serum, telling lies since every Saturday at 11. The Truth Serum, telling more lies. Those communist channels that they got out there. But how much more can you say? Sometimes I view myself as being silly. Well, Mike Franzese and Sammy the Bull. Yeah. But I wanted to, and hit the like button. Thank you, Carmel. I got my producers in here. Hey, the wolf is here. Man, you know what? I get the juice. I get the juice in here. That's good enough for me. Whether I make money or not, I get the juice. That excites me. Money excites me, but I got different DNA in me. I like to laugh. You guys know, we like to live life. And but you watch Mike Franzese videos. Now he said something about there's a guy, blah blah blah. Well, he knows he's watching my video. He's watching my videos. Little old me, oh yeah. Is that Joe? Is that Joe? Whatever. Blah 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 blah. But does Mike tell any mob stories about him and his friends doing anything? Gangsters went out, they rock and roll, they did things, boom, 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 boom. Exciting. It wasn't always stressful times in that with that fraternity corporation. It wasn't all pins and needles and oh my god. It was guys going to gamble and doing what they do, whore masters doing what they do or whatever. But you don't ever see Mike Franzese talking about his friends. Mike, if you do or watch, I don't really care at this point. I still try to maintain a matter of respect. But he keeps urinating all over the Cosa Nostra every video. So it's just like, well, if he doesn't care, why should I care? And why should you lower your standards though, Joe? Like I said, it's a contradiction. But who are your friends, Mike Franzese? Let's just cut to the chase. Who are your friends? Your bodyguards? Mm. Yeah, you got Tommy D. Who are these? Who? You see how those guys were friends in Hollywood, portrayals of the mob, and they get it pretty close to the reality, But now Sammy the Bull, I might have talked smack about Sammy the Bull, but he was a real gangster. And he was in more friendly relationship with people, just like any other human being. But yeah. And Sammy the Bull even elaborated on that in a video with PBD about that Mike Franzese a long time ago, before all this stuff blew up and all that. People do not like to hear, okay, you guys might not care about what a guy claims to be in the mafia. And well, I was an associate, or I was a made man, or I was a captain, or a capo, or an underboss, or a boss. It's just like, the people, the viewer, it goes over their head. But Italians and Sicilians that were in there, that's like supposed to be sacred. You took an oath, like a spiritual oath, like a religiosity of like to being a Christian. When you take the ceremony, it's like to be a Christian, like a ceremonial oath. And you see what he does? The Pink Panther, Peter Sellers, coming in from England. Thanks for being here. The Wolf, Carmela, Leon Swan, Michael K, Pink Panther. So I look at it like, and I say, well, who cares, whatever. But when you see the people crying and the damage it's done in firsthand, then you look at it different. Like it was a sacred society where you took the oath. And he could get views without talking all that smack. But who did he hang around with? Who did he hang around with? I don't know. I just wanted to put something up here today. And what I want to do is there was a serial killer around here years ago, and he used to go to the racetrack. I was a kid in the 70s, and where we would stand, my family, he would stand close proximity. And then a few years later, I seen his face on the news, and I more or less, I take you in my car with my phone, and take you to show how it might have went down, from one location to another location. Me just trying to, a million years later, a serial killer that wasn't in the mob, just a serial killer out in society that wasn't a mob guy, just a demented guy. But it was unsolved. The case was unsolved. And me looking back at the situation and the variables is a bad word, but looking back at it would be, well, this guy would be a candidate because it was the right situation. And I might go with my phone and say, well, this is what this was, and then go into my car and then drive to another location and then say, well, this is where it ended. And Chad with the stacks, hey, I'm getting them all in here. I'm getting the heavyweight champs in here. So I'm gonna start from point A with my phone, and Big BJ Biz, man, I love these guys, man. It's nice to know that, I don't want to get wishy-washy over here. I'm supposed to be a mob wise guy. The blood was on the wall. You should have seen it. He stabbed him. The knife got stuck in the wall. Oh, forget Michael M. But I'm gonna go from point A to point B, show you where it started, and then get my car, and then go down, and then show you where it ended, and then just think, well, I better ask a lawyer first if I should do it. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because I knew that the family of the victim, they were kids. I knew that. And I don't want to just come out and say, well, there was a guy at the track that hung around and he could have ran into so-and-so, and it was a perfect situation for that to happen. It's years later, but I would just say that was a perfect situation. And there's other particulars behind that I can't. I don't want. I mean, is it worth doing a video over for views like that, or just leave it alone? Truth serum, leave it alone. It ain't worth 106 views and no subscribers, no new subscribers. I love you guys, but it's very interesting. Let's get back to where the hell we were. That would be a cool video. Yeah. Well, thank you, Stacks, Pink Panther, The Wolf, Michael Mormeal, Leon Swan, Michael K. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to do these Saturday at 11. Come in, have a morning coffee with you guys. It's hard to, you recycle these stories about Sammy and Mike and things like that. But when Mike Franzese came out into the street, he had 2 cars full of bodyguards, or 1, and Mike. I mean, I bash and I don't like to disrespect, because I like to be a stand-up, respectable guy just in society, the way I was taught. It ain't good to talk bad about people the way my single mother raised us. It's not, it's a mixed thing here, what I do. But, Mike, it wasn't in Mike's DNA to be a gangster. It just wasn't. It's not in his DNA to be a true blue gangster. Never was, never will be. I don't care if he puts those thumbnails in there. It ain't his DNA. Everybody's died off, or they continue to die off, and it's like, just talk about true, real stuff, Mike. That's all. I'm still alive. Hey, whoa, I'm still alive. Hey, Pearl Jam. So he could get enough views without all that bull crap. Freaking sickening. I mean, it's just sickening. Sickening how condescending and his posture. I just had an Eddie Vedder moment. Seattle. Tara, don't get me started with Seattle, because I'm from the grunge era. And I was misbehaving also. But yeah, that was the most creative. See, the grunge era is relatable to the 60s. We go from Mike Franzese to serial killers to grunge. This is a talk show. Stone Temple Pilots. Interstate Love Song. I am a frustrated DJ, as you guys are well aware of. I'm a psychopath. I don't even know what I am anymore. What you're looking at here, folks, is a very sick individual. I need help. I'm also a therapist. Now, Joe, when did it all start? Well, I think I went nuts probably about 17. Can you elaborate on that? Well, no, I can. Well, I'm charging you $100 an hour. Well, let me get my money's worth. Well, no. The psychiatrist game is worse than there's people that have been hurt psychologically and imprinted in their lives for their whole lives, and stuff pertaining to that, where they need a friend, a good ear, a listener to talk to and exchange in a healthy manner. But the rest of that therapy game, even the drug addiction game, is just another racket packaged in a better package. Most therapists should tell their clients, I'm here to tell you that you don't need me as a therapist. Go on and live your life. So, yeah, STP, Soundgarden, Korn, Nirvana, and I was misbehaving back then, but boy, I don't have any regrets. I overdosed on drugs, and I still don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. You live to enjoy, and then what you do is what you do. But does Mike Franzese ever talk about having friends? He doesn't even talk to his people. And well, if you go to Patreon for $50 an hour or $50 a member, go to Patreon and talk to the people. You know why he don't talk to the people? Because he might be afraid that somebody from the shadows might come up there and say, "Hey, I was there. I'm 82, but I was there, Mike. What are you afraid of, Mike?" It's a. What are you afraid of, Mike? You're supposed to be a mob boss. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of, Mike? A fresh Sauvignon bouquet from the southern vineyards of that dump California with their dried up vineyards. A Sauvignon, a fresh bouquet, circa 2002. $100 a bottle. Swamp water. Wow. From the southern vineyards of East LA. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Yeah. You're a mob boss? You're a mob boss? Oh, you guys, listen to this. I love you guys. I'm a little crazy. Please forgive me. I love you guys. I love the action. Listen to this nitwit. Listen to this nitwit. This is coffee. Yeah, I get down on coffee. Is that whatever? Is that Femi? I don't know. He gets up there with this Tara. He gets up there with this Mama Luke, Chaz Palminteri, who played an actor. He's an actor that played a guy. Then they're trying to interrelate him into the mob. Like, well, my second cousin's father was somebody. Clown. Chaz Palminteri, I lost all respect for you. You're a clown. You're a Mama Luke. You look like you're a million years old. I don't care. Forgive me, God. Forgive me, God. Disgraziato. 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 Thank you, Carmela. You're a Mama Luke. You get up there with you and your partner, Mike, and you say, because you're trying to sell that swamp water, and he says, "Well, yeah, come to think of it, Mike, we used to drink wine at the sit downs." How far will these Mama Luke YouTube media entertainers go? Hey, Tommy and Mike and John and Gino, we got a problem here. Ricky's stealing some money and he's backdooring us, and we're gonna have to do something about this. Hold on a minute. Sal, we need some drinks over here. Do you got any of that wine, that bouquet of fresh Sauvignon from 1968? Yeah, Mike Franzese, that's what you're telling your viewers what happened at these sit downs, you Mama Luke. Yeah, Rocky, it's a nice year. Well, I prefer the 74 over the 68. Well, are we gonna kill this guy or what? Are we gonna kill this guy over here? Well, while we're are we gonna, these sit downs? Maybe after you did that video, Mike Franzese, with that Mama Luke Chaz Palminteri, maybe you thought that was just a little overboard. It used to calm us down and calm that. Good point. That's pour some wine. All is now calm and amicable. Listen, Mike Franzese tried to even put that in, Carmela. That, well, it would settle our nerves. Listen, there ain't 1,000 cases of wine that is going to stop a psycho gangster from having his mind set on something. There ain't 8 million Quaaludes or 8,000 bottles of wine that is going to stop a psycho gangster at a sit down from being steadfast in what is going to take place or not take place. Mike Franzese and your boyfriend, freaking Chaz Palminteri. Why do you just keep urinating all over the mob? Why? Why, Mike? Why? What a scrub. You're a scrub. Straight up scrub. Then what's he do? He runs as far away from New York as he possibly could. Yeah. Cruises and cigars and everything else. Okay, you got a right. You got a right to put whatever the heck you want. Because there's defenders of Mike Franzese. Yes, he has a right to make money, rock and roll, and everything else. But you could still do it the right way. You know? You could still do it the right way. Your numbers would still be the same. Is he got some megalomaniac in him? Now listen, boys and girls, is he's got some kind of megalomaniac in him? To talk condescending. Well, you know the old phrase, a sucker's born every day, because a lot of mobsters just thought civilian folk were just silly, suckers working hard for their money and 9 to 5. So they just think all the general population are just suckers, and whatever you can derive out of them is fair game. So he's running a racket called his YouTube channel. So it's just, because everybody out there watching are suckers, and, buy his wine, buy his cruises, buy his cigars, join his Patreon channel so he could tell more lies, because all the folks in the general population are deemed and perceived as suckers. And he's proven that. He's got 500,000 subscribers. Thank you, Tara. It's a great read. Thank you. It's a great read. Believe me, it's a great read. I tell you folks to be confident. I tell you folks other aspects of this channel, removed from mafia, psychological things, and don't give up and all that stuff, in goodwill and good faith. I'm not rich. I got outstanding bills to pay and all that. I'm a crazy man. I only started asking for support after 400 videos. But as far as writing a book, these other guys that wrote books, I'm confident. I'm confident as an author and as a communicator. I'm very confident. Just because I got 400 subscribers here and all this, I could do network TV if I was ever inserted into that. Dapper the Rapper. So I wrote this book, Tara. That's Little Me. They Dead Missed. They Dead Missed. What's the title? Tommy Knockers was a title. The book makes the title. The title don't make the book. Stephen King had Tommy Knockers. What's that all about? So there it is. There's a link. There's little old me. When I was a little boy, what's a boy supposed to do? The killer in me is the killer. So, where was I? I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but bought it. Thank you. How come everybody claims to have bought my book, but I go to the ticker and it says one sale? I think it's staggered. It's 30 days removed, 30 days out. 30 days out. The book could be a movie. Very easily could be a movie. The best book that nobody's read. But I have dreams and goals, and aspirations like you people. We'll get there. Yeah. Carmela, you're the one. There is a one. There is a one on my dashboard, on the dashboard showing the analytics. I got to give you an applaud. Everybody that buys my book gonna get an applaud. I gotta bribe you guys. No, thank you. I don't mean any disrespect. You know that. I love all you guys. Thank you for making the old man happy. Uh, and money comes in handy, and life can beat you down. And we could talk about gangster life and mobsters and all that. Hey, Francis, and you know, we could talk about all that stuff. But we all got to go out and live our lives and try to have fun and try to be prosperous and live comfortable lifestyles. And it's a tough road. It's a tough road. If you're a man or a woman in a relationship, it's tough. It's tough out there to just maintain good mental health and um, rolling with the changes, rolling with the punches. Things there's fires you got to put out, and then so I like to insert that in my videos, some common goodwill to mankind, because I was brung up that way. And my mother would not want me to be talking. My mother of five, single mother of five, would not want me to be up here trying to glorify mob stories or stuff like that. I was educated and a good boy. I was a good boy. Well, so she would appreciate me trying to promote goodwill and say, all right, that's okay. We're taught to try, and help the underdog. Help the underdog out there. That's all. Help an underdog like me. There's the Cash App. Help an underdog out like me. 400 videos. My Cash App, it's crickets. Cricket. My Cash App, it's crickets. I know I'm sounding like a beggar, but I go, the moment of truth. I could hear the suspenseful mystery drama music behind, and then I hit the Cash App, and then I look, triple zeros. It's all right when I get more subscribers. Because I believe I don't give up. I just don't give up. It's not in me. I was on life support. I don't freaking, I don't give up. You folks don't give up. You'll get the promotion. You'll get a good spouse. Mario, you gotta keep going. But I'll tell you, I have to have higher numbers. The ratio, probably, like I said, if I had 2,000 subscribers, then of course I would get more Cash App support or more book sales. But it's the law. It's the law of large numbers. I got to realize larger numbers and keep putting the time in, and then the rest will follow. With revenue source, being it a Cash App membership on the thing or the book. So that's all right. As long as I'm living, I'm 60, and I'm just going to keep doing it. And if it falls in place, it falls in place. And at the least, I had fun hanging out with you guys. So it's a win-win-win. Oh, Tara said, I found your channel while researching fraudster.com, and your video about the degenerate gambler was funny. Oh, yeah? Whew. Gambling is a mofo. I don't have a lot, and I try to gamble, but, you get hypnotized. But my generation, Tara, now going back, I remember the first day the New York State daily number came into place. Wow, the New York State's running a racket now. The numbers game was for the mob. You put people in jail because of a racket, New York State. Now you took over the racket. So, and then more casinos come into play. Usually you only could go to Vegas or Atlantic City. And then this gambling in America, historical America, is turned from isolation to venues to casinos, state casinos, Indian casinos everywhere. And it's tearing people up, this gambling. I've been gambling for, I used to play cards for pennies when I was 7. Rummy for penny. I've been gambling my whole life. But, I used to have money where I could afford to screw around this and that. And I was more not a slot gambler. I was a horse race gambler, and I was good. I was a good handicapper of selecting winners like that. But for the average person to go into these casinos and get addicted to the slots, it'll just tear you apart. Any addiction, it'll work on you. And you might start off as a weekend warrior. Come on, honey, we'll go on Friday and Saturday. We'll have a couple drinks. We'll have dinner. We'll go gamble. Just like drugs. Well, I'll get my check, and on Friday and Saturday, I'll go do some freaking dope, and then I'll be clean the rest of the week. And then you turn in from a weekend warrior to a daily user, whether you're using gambling or using drugs or any other maladaptive freaking behavior of craziness. So you want to gamble, it's tough to keep up. I go and play small bets, and you could still get hurt. 20 cents a spin on a slot, 20 cents a spin. It could still be 10, 20, 30. It's like, what the heck? It's crazy. You lose your consciousness of the value of money. You take a bill and you put it into a machine, and now it's just represented as a number versus you having that $20 bill in your hand. How do we get on that tangent? Well, it's a talk show. Yeah. Mario says, good morning. If the Chiefs win, I'll kick up. Mario, that's kind of you. You support me, but you know what? You supported me from the start, and told me keep going. That you like my show. You've given me some great support. Not to undermine these other people, I value their support. You and Leon Swan, I believe, were within my first 5 subscribers. And believe me, someday I'm going to sell 100,000 copies of my book. Someday I'm going to sell 100,000 copies. And then you give me your post office box, and I'm going to donate to you for being in my corner. I'm going to donate to you, Mario and Leon. I got blocked and censored and everything. And then you guys will keep going, keep going, keep going. Let me demonstrate some success financially. I'll show you what I was taught about generosity. Don't worry about that. So, yeah, Tara, the degenerate gamblers, oh boy. A lot of bad outcomes. Like I did that story about the guy that blew all the money. Robbed Tony M. Robbed him. Yeah. What? Are you talking about he come into the office like Darth Vader, and I was like, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh. Where are those guys? Where are they? Well, I think they took your money. I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, but it might be safe to say that you got conned and they took your money, and I had nothing to do with it. They leave me here like a sitting duck, and yeah. Them two, well, that's that. Thank you, Tara. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what outcomes happen to these guys or anything, but if it was a bad outcome, I shouldn't say it, but I'm glad if there was a bad outcome that happened with them, Tara, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad. You're going to leave me on the chopping block to face psychopaths? No. You're going to leave me out there? No. But they didn't know I had it in my DNA to deal with a guy like that. You know, they didn't know that I was savvy enough to deal with a psycho like that better than them and get in his good graces and talk things out before he shot me on the spot. So they didn't know I had it in me. They didn't know. Thank you. I'm ready to put one on the hot seat very soon. My own. What's going on over there? You know, I'm on the messenger on Facebook. And if you want to talk more personal things off there because you don't want to put stuff in your chat, if you guys are struggling with something and you need help, you don't have to donate to me or anything. If you got some psychological things you want to map out, just friend me over there on that Facebook and we talk about it in the chat, or you call me up and try to help you out if you're struggling in your head with some crisis. That's all. You don't have to pay me. Just, you know, you guys are coming good enough to come in here and help me. That's like currency to me. That's currency. Currency isn't just money. So that's good currency. That's goodwill. That's good faith. So anybody can go on there, Facebook, if you're struggling, and we could talk it over. So I don't know what else to say, but I appreciate all the support. And the like button is support. Your views are support. Subscriptions are support. I do appreciate it, whether it's financial or not. So let's get that established. Anybody that's been here for a long time, I mentioned my book. Probably you guys know. Should I be scratching my head like this? I don't have editing. I only promoted my book 3-4 times during all those videos. And I know I'm sitting on gold. But I didn't want to portray and be like the Mike Franzese greedy vultures out there. I just wanted to be personable and build up a nice relationship with the people that come in here. Not, oh, here's another guy, you know, buying a book, buying this, buying that, do this, do that. I don't want to be portrayed like that because that's not me. That's not me. All right. But I don't really know how many people read books anymore. I don't know if there's a big demand on books, but I'm a better. Any of those gangsters you see, those personalities out there, they have co-writers. They have editing. They have it all. Read this book and tell me how I can write. And put you right there. Enough of the book. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. I used to be a little boy. What's a boy supposed to do? Do people just sit back? I try. When I was in college, my younger years, I went back to college in my older year. But yeah, people would sit and read books. And I really wasn't, I used to read the racing form, but well, in academics, I read at a high level as like third grader. I could read. They used to have SRA things for standard reading achievement. They called them SRA back in the 60s and 70s. So in elementary school, they would get a grasp of what your reading level was. Well, in second grade, I was reading ninth grade. I could just read. Reading was nothing. And writing isn't anything. I might speak here grammatically speaking, I might speak off the wall and go, "Geez, you're an author. Your grammar's not correct. Don't worry about it. Read the book. You'll see how I can rock and roll." I'm selling today, folks. We're emptying out the garage. We're emptying out the garage today. Saturdays, 11 o'clock. Saturdays, we're gonna do this. So get the word out. The juicer, Saturday, 11. Yeah, you read, you immerse yourself into another world. You take a book. I'm really selling. Now listen. See, you take a book, folks. This is how reading a book 101. All right. Here is the said book. All right. Here is the said book. When you turn the page from the book cover, when you do this, you opened up and you stepped into another world. Philly Bob, you opened up this book. You could open it to any page and you'll get the feeling. You could just be right in the moment. You don't have to go back 4 pages and say, what's he talking about? Well, chronologically with some of the crazy stuff, you'd have to. I'm wrong on that. Yeah, you'd have to. We'll just start from page 1. Let's see. Let's see. Now that we got it. Oh, here's the introduction to my book. You guys want to hear the introduction? I'm selling today. I'm selling. Where's my smoke? I got to get set up for this. Sorry, folks, if I don't want to be a crazy man. All right. Here we go. Boys and girls, class will be dismissed at 12:10, and then we'll have recess, and then we'll come back at 1. Here we go. What motivates a person to write a book? Some authors just might want to create a conventional old-fashioned story that hopes to be entertaining. I'm guessing that the majority of writers out there are just trying to paint a canvas based on a wide-ranging interests and coloring them in with captivating scenarios. To put it simply, that's what it's all about. Okay? It's probably safe to say that most people have a story to tell and like sharing them within their inner circle of family and friends. Everybody's got a story to tell, right? But what experiences are so far from traditional stories that they inspire a person to want to share them with a worldwide audience? There are many books possessing many topics from A to Z. There are thousands of subject matters to match the infinite curiosities and interests of the world populace. I will attempt to share my experiences as eloquently as possible. Within those experiences, there are many spiritual occasions where the forces of good and evil show their face. I not only want these stories to be entertaining to you, but I would hope they wouldn't somehow resonate within you, the inner depths of your mind, soul, and spirit. I would also hope they would initiate an open mind in a non-judgmental and less critical way of your conformed past experiences. What I'm trying to say more or less is just don't be another closed-minded, humanistic robot. One, like myself, in reflection, would never have guessed what a wild journey my life has been thus far. You tell me how I roll. You tell me how I roll, folks. That's why. There it goes. That's how I roll. So there's the book. There's the link. Get your weight up. That's all. No writers, no editors. No. I'm confident. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. Thank you. We all need support. We could be confident in everything. Well, there's nothing anybody could tell me. I'm the best at this. But you want some positive feedback. You want some positive feedback. So I've done 400 videos. I never read the introduction to my book. So I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy. What the heck? Holy cow. So, this book is a memoir of events that I've encountered throughout my lifetime. They consist of angels, demons, organized crime, addiction. Another story consists of my drug overdose experience, as well as overcoming addiction. There are many other unbelievable stories that I'm sure will test your belief system. Blah blah blah. Oh. I'm not sure about the why it all happened, but here's the how. I'm not sure about how, but or why. I'm not sure about the why of it, but here's the how. Here's the how. Pow wow. So I'm gonna write another book somewhere down the line. I don't have the time or energy for it. It's about gambling and the extent. And I'm looking at a futuristic society. Of like the year 2040 and how gambling has evolved in society. I've seen it from 1980 to the 1990, 2000, 210, 220, and how gambling is in our society. The many ways it's in society. So thank you, Tara. We have literaries in here and dignitaries. So, but I'm going to write a futuristic book at the extent of what humans will do to gamble. And it's going to be good. I have to have, I mean, it's got a lot of time and energy. I haven't sold 5 books in my old book. I already want to write another. I want to write another book. All right. It's never too late to do your stuff. Whether you're 20, 30, 40, dream, have goals. Got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere. Look at the inventors that just had crazy thoughts in their minds. Well, I'm going to build something and you could fly like a bird in the air. Really, Wilbur? Are you nuts? Have you lost your mind, Wilbur? What do you mean you're going to build a craft to fly in the air like the birds? You gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere with your goals and your dreams. Don't let anybody discourage you. Oh, Joe, you sold 1 book. I'm the king still. I'm the king. You guys are the kings and queens. Think outside of your conformed thinking from birth. Think outside of your mind. You got to go out of your mind. Have you noticed? You have to go out of your mind. Your conformed, conditioned mind of people telling you what is good or bad for you. So, EB23. So, we'll leave it like that. I had a fun show with you guys, of course. You want to help me? You want to type it for me, Tara? I don't want to put the idea out there because somebody will bootleg it, because this concept I have would do 100 million on Netflix. This concept I have would be, I'm just hoping that it doesn't, but that's that. If there was a producer from Netflix and other co-writers to do this project, it would do $1 billion about this concept I have of writing and this premise of a story of a futuristic America. Because it's the year 2020, right? 2020, whatever the hell it is. The hell is the year? They're going by so fast. 2024. This could happen in the year 2084. You know, I mean, yeah, 1,000 subs by June. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm a talk show host. I'm confident. And as long as I get support from you guys, I'll rock and roll. That's all. That's all. But if there's any media outlet, any media company that wants to make $1 billion on a futuristic concept and put it in play and sign a contract, let's rock and roll. Well, this could be a movie. Anyhow, this by itself could be a movie. And you know what? You can dye my hair black and I could still play a 30-year-old. I'm 60. Well, maybe 40, Joe. I don't know. You're starting to get pattern baldness. Well, I could still play a 45-year-old. I'm 60. Just dye the hair. Shoe shine black. Sweat over here. Well, there's the Super Bowl. I like to watch the horse races. Thank you for your support, Tara, Philly Bob, EB23. Grassroots show. I like people. Forgive me, God and Jesus, for bashing those other mobsters. Forgive me, God and Jesus. I wasn't brung up that way. Francis, Carmela, Mario, Leon Swan. I'm grassroots. You know, I ask for forgiveness. Michael K., thank you for your support. They donated to my channel. Thank you. Chant with Stacks, thank you. The Pink Panther. We got the Panther here. We got the Wolf here. Michael K., I appreciate you guys. This is grassroots. I'm just a regular guy. Try to put a show together and have a little fun. That's all. If you can help me out, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Do a couple cartwheels and if you want to help me out. So, yeah. You're not bashing, you're just talking. See, because Philly Bob, you hear the mob and you hear about the notion. It was spirituality when you take the oath. It was a spiritual ceremony, as if it was like a Christian ceremony. It was a spiritual ceremony when you take the oath. So I look at it through a different lens than just regular viewers, you know, just the general population, so to speak. So when you see those made men on social media, they're failures and they're frauds, and they opposed the oath they took. So whether you support them or not, that's the facts. They violated the oath they took. They were failures in the mob, so to speak. There's no way around that. There's just no way around it. It's a spiritual ceremony you take to be a faithful person, like a faithful Christian. More so where the oath of the mob was, you put your family first. I mean, you put the mob first before your family. You put the mob first when they took that oath. So not only did they violate it, they violated it to a greater extent. So if you want to just put down, well, social media, they get their views and everything else. But as far as the true mafia mentality and analyzing this kind of stuff, they were all failures. They were all rats, and they violated the oath. But they're making money with their hustle and rackets. They're still hustlers and still rackets, but you know, I mean, you could view it from any side of the fence as you want. I say to myself, well, who cares, Joe? They're doing their thing. They're making money and they're doing their rackets. But they better be glad that everybody's dead. They better be glad that everybody's dead. Well, they're all hiding in holes anyways. They're all hiding away in holes anyways. How come they're not walking the streets in their old neighborhoods? Well, I don't promote violence or anything, but be the little weasels that they are, that were failures and they violated the oath that they're making money on now, and go hide in your little holes because everybody's dead. Everybody died off. So I don't mean to, I want to be a nice guy, but as far as uh, viewing that and looking at that and dissecting that, people have a right to their opinion. If they agree or disagree, that's all right. But your mob tube heroes are failures in the mob. Your heroes are failures in the mob world. That's all. That's all there is to it. They got great content. They got 1 million subscribers. They're making money. Yes. Can't deny that. But you're looking at guys that were the failures of the mob, were the rats of the mob. That's what you're looking at. That's what you're viewing. So if I wanted to get information from a scientist and watch a show, I'd want the best scientists. I'd want the guys that didn't get caught. So I know guys that didn't get caught. They're the mob. They're the heroes of the mob, not social media mob informants and rats and failures. And they're giving you the narrative on historical accounts of the mob. That's why I bash. Okay? That's why I bash. So there's nothing more to it. These are your go-to guys to get an inside look at the mob. Okay, fair enough. They're all failures and they're all rats. And they're not, and the omerta and the oath they took, they violated it tremendously, because that oath was supposed to be stronger than an oath to your family, your wife and your children. That's that, folks. That's what we have here. And I really enjoy the show as always. And let's give you guys an applaud. Tiki-taki. All right. Thank you. The app, the book, boom, member. Hit the like button, subscribe, whatever. Just view. If you just view and don't do anything else, I'll take what I can get. So I took what I can get. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, everybody. I take what I can get at this point in time, because supplies are getting low. Now listen, Arian Bossman. Now listen. Get your credit card out. Be the kings and queens of your world. It's not partly cloudy. It's partly sunny. All right? The world is a vampire. Don't let it get that juggler. Rise up. Rise strength. Find me on Facebook. If you need therapy, I'll help you out for free. I'll help you out. I don't mind. I want to go to heaven again. I want to go to heaven again. So I can't mess this up. God bless you all. We'll be back again. Remember, Saturdays at 11. Thank you, folks.